Get it going. Okay. All right. What's going on? This is Mr. Taper, Barber's Only Magazine, and you are here with Mr. Taper's Barber Life. We are on episode 10, and we are here in the building with my man, Father Barber. What's going on, man?
What's up, Craig? Now, see you done did big things now. I remember you had a black and white magazine that said Barbers Only.
Yes,
Had
sir.
a few
Yes,
color
sir.
pages. You done moved up to podcast now. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, we just picking it back up. We first started in 2011 with the podcast. I put it down for a little bit, but it's time to get it going again. But but yeah,
Yeah.
man. For those who may be living under a rock, who may not know your legendary status in the barber game, but tell me, how did you first get started in the barber game?
How did I first get started? It's a journey, man. Pretty much like a lot of youth in Philadelphia that cut hair, African Americans. We started at grandma's house or your mom's house,
Okay.
cutting in the basement, cutting on the porch, cutting on the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Kind of like following after the tempers in the neighborhood. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. Phone fell. Kind of like
Oh no.
following like I followed like there was other gentlemen in my neighborhood at the time. You know, my mentor Jazz. There was another guy named Buddy Mack. Another gentleman named
Okay.
Steve. You know, they all cut hair in their mother's basement, their grandmother's basements, and
Okay.
they that's how their legend started. And these are my personal friends that I truly loved and adored, and I wanted to be just like them.
Okay. So, what year?
So cut hair.
Around what
So
year was this?
man, 1989, 1990,
Okay.
1991, the golden years, for the inner city. You know what I mean? When you were on the age when I'm, 12, 13 years old, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. 1992. This is when Nintendo was popping. So you know what I mean. You
Right.
think that I'm
Right.
gonna go ahead, do some hunt, go ahead and play some Super Mario Brothers, or
Uh huh.
cut hair. And it's like, yo, I wanted to cut hair. I couldn't play video games. I wasn't all that great. So I want to do
Okay.
something constructive with my time. Something constructive with my time. I asked my mom, buy me a pair of clippers. I want to be like Jazz, mom.
Got you. Got you. So, have you ever had a job besides barbering?
I have never had a regular job, but in the beginning,
Okay.
I had like a little job at like a little convenience store called Murray's. But that was under the table.
Okay.
I was bagging groceries, stocking the shelves, and I was making money under the table. So back in the '80s in Philadelphia, there's a lot of businesses like black businesses. Back in the '80s in Philadelphia, South Philadelphia. So my mother knew a lot of people that work at these stores. She always would ask them, could you look out for my son? Can you get my son a job? And
Got
this was the beginning of me, you know, learning, networking, with people, and trying to make a couple honest quarters for myself.
Okay.
I would go to local Acme, bag groceries, things of that nature. No, I never had a regular job. Fill a job. It's a
Okay.
summer program here in Philadelphia for at-risk youth. That's when we first earned like a check.
Okay.
Cleaning playgrounds and stuff like that. But like in the work world, nah, I never worked at McDonald's or any convenience stores, anything like that. No.
Wow. That's a blessing, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I call you one of the Ashline guys. Okay,
Oh man,
because the
damn.
way you hit that ash line, and it's all natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
now that's a natural ash line, not
right,
ash line. I'm not using no pencil, a
right.
color pencil to trace the line in and all of that. So we can touch on that too, Craig, if you want, man.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. It's a lot of controversy now over enhancements, over ash lines. I had a little dude come in, come in the shop. He wanted me to put the pencil on. He wanted me to leave it on, and I was like, "Yo, what are we coming to now?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, that's the new stuff. That's what the young men of this world. they like.
Right.
See, back in the day, you had like ABC, another bad creation. They wore their
Right.
clothes backwards, and these was little
Right.
boys. So now the little boys today, or the little young men today, they want you to do their shape up, then they want you to trace it with a pencil.
Right.
So it's like us older guys right here, we ain't into that. It's sort of like the older guys back in the day, 89, 90, they weren't wearing their clothes backwards. So, it's just something that I'm not accustomed to doing, using a pencil shaping somebody up. That's really not my thing.
Right.
And I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. I'm
Right.
not knocking the barbers for being creative, doing it. Like, kudos, man. Get your money, man. Get your money while it's hot. This thing
Right.
is hot right now. The iron is hot. Get your money. My only thing is, if you're making money, doing this enhancement, with color pencils, invest your money, because it's like a fad. It's gonna come
Right.
and it's gonna blow in the wind.
Right.
Like
Right.
just like Beijing was hot,
Right.
late '90s, all through the 2000s. Beijing was hot and amazing.
Right.
You
I
know what I
remember.
mean? Barbers made millions of dollars off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to do the right thing with your money. While the iron is hot, do the right thing with your money. Is all I
Right.
would say.
Okay. So that's funny because I know there are some popular barbers on YouTube, and I'm not saying they can't do a cut without enhancement, but all their cuts are enhanced. How, like you said, get it while it's hot. But how you feel about barbers who just that's all they put out there is enhanced cuts? Yeah. Hello.
Go, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying there are a lot of barbers out there on YouTube. Every cut is enhanced, and I know you said they need to, get it while it's hot. But and like you said, I don't have a problem with the enhancement. There are some clients that I give enhancements to, but I feel like an enhancement is just that. It is supposed to enhance the cut. It's not supposed to cover up a mistake. How you feel about that?
It's not supposed to make the cut.
Right,
It's enhance it to make it more sharper.
right.
Is what I would say an enhancement is. An enhancement could be a design, in the haircut
Hmm.
to make it look enhanced or digitally better or something like that.
Right.
An enhancement. But I like I said, I don't see nothing with it. I don't knock no barbers that use it. Like I
Okay.
said again, just make sure you just when it's just do right with your money.
Okay. And I see that you use one of the clippers you use the little style is it style liner?
No, the slim lines. I like the slim line.
Slim line. Yeah, the slim
Um,
line. Yeah, you
just
still
something I
rock with
just something that I just yeah something I just thought of. Instead of using the slim line, just a smaller blade. You know what I mean? I just went with the wider blade and just figured out how to what do you call it?
modify
What do you
that
call
joint.
it? Change the bracket. Modify, change the bracket in the inside just to make the what's the name fit.
Right. Hey, that's
Just to make the fit.
that joint is serious, bro. I've bought a couple of pair, man. I love them, man. I actually need to get another one from you, if you got them. But I put that
Yeah,
I put that term
they hit
up.
too.
Say again.
I said and they hit.
Yeah, definitely hit. And
Yeah,
I
and it,
put
and it,
that
and it,
up
and it
against
hit.
any shooter out there today. You know,
Oh
tell
yeah,
me.
definitely. You know what I mean?
So tell me,
But you
for
say,
those
Greg?
who may not know, who are some of your well-known clients that you've taken care of?
I had my run. I had a nice run. Cutting in the industry. My biggest clients were the Roots. From Philadelphia, the band from Philadelphia, Tonight Show. Grammy Award winning
Okay.
band. I had a pleasure serving them for 22 years.
Wow. You still cut them?
It was just a beautiful run. No, I do not.
Okay.
No, I done
Okay.
moved on to other things.
Okay.
Outside of that opportunity, I moved on to other things to round out my career. Over 30 years cutting hair. So I'm just going on the
Wow.
totem pole, man. Things that help me to become great.
Right. Right. Because I know
Because
who.
without them, what?
Yeah. No. No. I was gonna say I know because we met in 2003 at the Barber. What was it?
Uh,
Barber Sense joint. You remember
yeah,
that?
that's the salon, the boot camp.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
they,
Salon
yeah,
Sense
they need
in
to bring that
Miami.
back. So it was me.
Yeah.
It was me, Kenny, and Nori, Major League Barber. See, we were the only barbers from Philadelphia going out. You know what I mean? Going out. This is before
Wow.
the barber battles and all of that stuff like that. So Salon
Right.
Sense was
Right.
on to something. It was on to something.
Yeah.
Um, they just didn't keep it. They didn't keep it up. But them Salon Sense, like uh, 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 Solid Gold Magazine, like these two,
Yeah.
platforms were onto something very big, 20
Right.
years ago, and
Yeah.
they helped birth what barbering is today. They helped birth it.
Right. Solid Gold's still out there doing their thing too. Shout out to Carlos.
Yeah. Carlos Payne, he's still around. He be at a lot of the major league shows, wherever Nori's at.
Yeah.
He's still flicking it up with his camera.
Yep. Yep. Shout
But
out to
he
him.
had a nice run in the '90s. You know what I mean? He had a beautiful run in the '90s. He was the
Oh yeah.
first, what I would say, he was the first social media for barbers. His
Right.
magazine. He
Yep.
gave us up. He gave us his platform to express ourselves.
Yep. Yep. So tell me
Yeah,
what are some of your
I was
favorite
in that.
Clippers? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying that I was saying thank you to Carlos. You know what I mean, for giving us a platform to express ourselves. As barbers, as young men from the inner city. Like he
Definitely.
saved he saved he saved a lot of us. He saved a lot of us because with that magazine, wasn't no Instagram, wasn't no Facebook, wasn't no MySpace. He was distributing his book, Hand to Hand Combat, up and down 95.
Wow.
From New York all the way down to Florida. You know what I mean? He was hand to hand. So
Damn.
he started something that's revolution that was revolutionary, man.
Right. I mean, I remember if you had your picture in that magazine, you was big time, boy. I remember that. In fact,
Yeah,
I
he was big time. It gave a lot of the brothers that were entrepreneurs that
uh-huh.
wanted to invest their money into young men careers, buying buildings. They was rehabbing buildings. They were turning into barbershop enterprises. So
Wow.
they were the days. You know what I mean? Before strip malls, before people start putting their shops in strip malls. You know what I mean? You buy the
Okay.
property, and rehab it. You own it. You buy the land, you own it.
Right.
That's what I was taught, and that's what I did. You know what I mean? I bought the land. I bought the building that the shop sits on. So you know what I mean? Of all aspects, I'm 100% owning,
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
and
So
that's what I
so
was
who
taught
taught
and
you?
learned.
Who taught you that?
Mentor name is Jazz. Mentor
Okay.
named Jazz. I learned a great deal of business from him. He's an entrepreneur here in Philadelphia. He done
Okay.
moved on from barbering. He was a neighborhood barber. He was our neighborhood barber in South Philadelphia in the '80s. And he since then moved into real estate and he hit the lottery, man. He had a lottery ticket, man. He literally had a
Oh,
lottery, not play the game lottery, but he invested his money into real estate, man, and did very well for himself.
wow. That's beautiful, man. That's good because as barbers, man, we gotta pass on that knowledge. You know what I mean?
I always say, right, I share with anybody that want to learn barbering, excuse me, that want barbering, I share with them, man. I share it because it's like I can't take it to the grave with me. I
Right.
got to leave something here for
Right.
something to grab, for someone to grab and keep for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Like I gotta leave something here. So
Right.
barbering is what my faucet, my style, what I do. I want to leave it here so that somebody can better themselves.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Better
So
themselves in life.
that's good, man. So you've actually helped young men become barbers, haven't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I inspire a ton of young men, what I mean? Physically, mentally, hands off, what I mean? People call, ask questions and stuff like that. What they want to, where they want their barber career to go. Mentorship, yes, I do offer that. If anybody that wants it, yeah, absolutely. And it won't, it ain't gonna cost you a dime.
Right.
Conversation ain't gonna cost you a dime.
Right. Right. That's beautiful, man. So tell me this: what are some of your favorite clippers and trimmers that you use now?
So some of my favorite clippers that I use. I'm a wall guy. I always love the wall seniors
Okay.
because it takes you back. It takes you back to the early wall. When you had the corded wall that you would buy. 1999. You know what I mean? From
Right.
Woolworth or Kmart or something like that. You know what I mean? The one clipper that you would use to cut the whole hair and shape yourself up.
Right. Right.
You know
The
what I
whole
mean? Whole shebang.
whole
You
head.
take the blade off and shit. You was zero gapping the blade back in the 90s and didn't
Yeah.
even know what
Yeah.
before zero gap even came out. You was zero gapping it.
I know. I know. If them joints got too hot, you was in trouble. You only had one.
Yeah, you couldn't. You only had one. Couldn't do your shape up. So you know what I mean. You remember them days, man. But wall, I like wall. Of course, Anders outliners will always be the best. They will try on anything. I don't care what company bring a liner out from Fabulous to Coco, even what was the other one? I forgot the other brand.
Right.
Anyway, there's a couple brands. I forgot their names. Even Wall bringing out a trimmer. Bevel brought out a trimmer.
Uh-huh.
Uh, like I said, Coco. You know what I mean? But Andis will always be the godfather in the outliner game. Andis.
Okay. So have you actually ever tried say a Babyliss trimmer?
Yes, I had a couple of them. They cut cool. If you get a good
Okay.
setting on them, like any of the other trimmers, yeah, you can do wonders with those. Yeah, I use Babyliss trimmer. I got a pair of they latest ones, the all black ones. As
Okay.
far as they cut and clear. I think that the FX series or something like that.
Okay. Okay. That would just
And
look
they they
weird.
they they, they pretty solid.
Okay. That would look weird for me to see you trimming somebody with a Babyliss trimmer, man. That's just like that's just
Oh
weird.
yeah. I don't really use them, to shape people up. But if I got a good pair that's hitting, I'll use them. But I'm an Andis guy when it comes to the liners.
Right.
I'm an
Okay.
Andis guy. I like the liners. Andis will always be the best, man. You know what I mean? Plus, they honestly they not cutting no check to me, so
Right.
I,
Right.
I'm not I'm not I'm not broadcasting them. Be honest with you.
Exactly. Right. Right. I got you. So I'm gonna tell you,
I can make money off of Andis, so
okay.
I'm definitely supporting them and shouting them out.
Hey, that's what it's about, barber business. So check it. I
Yes, definitely.
I picked up I picked back up my detachables because I had sat them down for about 3 years. So I picked up some
Detachable what?
oyster octanes, and
They cordless, right?
yeah, and it just reminded me
Okay.
how fast I could do a fade with them joints. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, why did I put them
So,
down? Because my fades
I
are
mean,
like,
that happens like that. That happens like that. You be good with one clipper for a long time. Then you'll
uh-huh,
jump out of it. You'll jump out of it and use something else, and you'll be like, damn. Well, why did I stop
right,
using those? You know what I mean?
right,
Like it happens. It happens. I
uh-huh,
would say that's growth. That's growth. That's what that is. Growth. You growing. In
okay,
between stages, and you just double back.
right, right. Okay. So tell me, what is the best tip that you have gotten from a client? It could be monetary or it could be something verbal.
Two. I can tell you two tips that I have
Okay.
gotten. I have gotten an $1,800 tip from Rick Ross for servicing him,
Damn,
and
1800. Damn.
the best game that I ever got. The best game that I ever got was from Tracy Morgan.
Okay.
Tracy Morgan said to me personally, I was up his house. He lives in Alpine, like Alpine, New Jersey, like on the North Jersey side, like Mary J.
Uh-huh.
Blige and Chris Rock, their whole community they live in. And he
Uh-huh.
told me that people just like you don't get it effed up, my Philly guy. He said it's people just like you that cut hair just like you that live in these beautiful homes.
Damn.
So we were riding through, his neighborhood where he lived. And he said, man, it's people
Uh-huh.
just like you live in these houses.
So he was trying to
So I'm like,
say
damn. So that
just
just
like,
that just
so you was trying to say like normal people, or you was trying to say like barbers?
no, barbers and people that are in the industry that we are in.
Wow. Damn.
Makeup artists, stylists, they live in these homes. Regular people live in these homes. Don't get it effed up. Regular people live in these homes.
Wow.
So I was like, wow,
That's
I
crazy.
got I gotta not only get my hustle on, but I really have to start asking questions. Like, I was actually on set today, and I'm just trying to learn, what's this business, working in television. And
Okay.
she said you have to ask questions. I hate being nosy. Like, I don't like being nosy. I don't like
Right.
asking people their business and all that. I truly don't. But she said
You
that you
got
have to ask questions.
you
If you
got
want
to,
to get to
bro.
the if you want to get to the next level, you have to ask questions. And it's
You got
crazy that she said that to me. I had barbers in the past that worked for me, and they would be having the mumblings and the grumblings and all of that, and I don't know why. So I told one of the guys, yo, just ask me. Like, if there's anything you want to know, help your game out, just ask me. And he
okay.
said, why I gotta ask you? And it's like, all right, well, he said it in a negative tone. I'm like, all right, well, you must don't want to get to the next level then.
Right.
So it
Right.
takes me back to the day, like, she's absolutely right. You know what I mean, about me asking questions.
Hey,
And
you do,
you
bro.
have to ask questions. You know what I mean?
You do. Because I'm gonna tell you, you know how sometimes you
Right.
may get sometimes you may get in that mode when you're cutting, where you like on autopilot. You're not saying too much to your client. It might
And
be
that's me. And that's me on autopilot.
okay. Well,
Because she asked me, how come you don't greet yourself? Or how come you don't say anything to the clients that sit in your chair? I was like, I just want to cut hair, love. I just want to
yeah,
cut hair and go home.
right,
I mean, I want to be the least distraction or least problem.
right.
And she was just asking me like some questions and stuff like that. And it's like, I never seen myself, being this top guy in television cutting hair. I never really did, because it's a lot of responsibility, being a barber, especially in television and film, being that dude is a lot of responsibility, man.
Right. So what show are you working on?
It's a show for Apple TV, called Sink or Swim. right
Okay.
now that I'm currently working on.
Okay.
I just finished out a show for HBO. Then I worked on this thing for Netflix too. So just get my feet wet.
Okay. Hey, you got to
Like
speak up,
I
bro.
could work down. Like,
You doing a lot, man. Don't
like
keep that
I
stuff
could
in.
work down there. Oh, come on, man. I don't like bragging and all of that stuff like that, man.
Hey, it
I
it
just do the
ain't
work,
bragging.
Craig. You know what I mean?
It
You're my
ain't
guy,
bragging
man.
if it's true, brother.
You know what I mean? You know, you're my guy. You know what I mean? You always believe in me, so I gotta drop a few gems on you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For
That's
your
what's
show,
up.
you want to take some, put in your magazine or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I do it for you, man.
Okay. All right. So you're doing something for Apple TV. That's Sink or Swim. You're doing something. You did something for HBO. What's the name of that show?
Yeah, HBO Max. It's called Full Circle.
Okay.
I worked the entire first season on that HBO Max. It's another series, another mini series that's coming out for the streaming network.
Oh,
Just cutting your hair, man. Cutting your hair, expressing myself, man.
man, that's what's up, man.
But
Man, that is great, bro. So where was this shot at?
so one show was shot in New York City,
Okay.
Queens, New York. Yeah, Queens, New York. There,
So,
it was just like It was like a 60-something day shoot. So I worked like 40-something days of that. Got through that. That was really cool. I think Dennis Quaid is in this one. Dennis
okay.
Quaid is in this one. I forgot the other young lady name, but it was a couple. It was a big budget, big project. You know what I mean? I was
Okay.
thankful to get picked to do it, to work it.
So
And there's one that's just started in January here in Pennsylvania.
okay. Man, that's beautiful, man.
Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
tell me, our subscribers want to know when you like say when you worked on that first show, they set you up in a hotel for 40 days or how does that work?
No, actually, it was in New York. So it's called a local. I was a local hire.
Okay.
So I travel from Philadelphia to New York, and I stayed. I use my own dollar. You know what I mean? I paid my own money. So I had to go
Okay.
back and forth, paying tolls, paying gas. So I would just stay over in New York for 3 days.
Okay. Okay.
Find a
That's
little
what's
cheap,
up.
try to find like a cheap hotel, like $100 a night or something like that.
Right,
And
right.
it's all an investment, you ask me. 'Cause, the
Yeah.
budget wasn't that big, so they wasn't, it's just when they weren't trying to pay for, your hotel and all of that. So I paid it. I paid
Okay.
for it.
So the
So
HBO
that was
one, were you local hire on the
I was a
HBO show?
Yeah, that's local. Yeah, because it's in the tri-state. But if I was to travel down there where you guys work at, or we live in
Uh
Atlanta, like I can
huh.
work on Tyler Perry. I can work on the Tyler. I can work. I can work on the Tyler Perry set, and
Okay.
they will have to pay me more money because I'd be a distant hire.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm not a resident. I'm not a resident of Georgia. So if they
Right.
wanted my services or wanted me to cut any of their actors for any of them shows, yeah, they have to pay me is more money.
Okay. Man, that's great, bro. So is that the road you're going now? More into movies and TV and less in the barbershop?
Like I said, I'm at 45 years old, so it's a little mixture of both.
Okay.
I can't let the barbershop go because I own it
Right.
and I still get it. So, I'll do like swing days. If they got like 3-4 days for me to work, I'll work 3-4 days. Then back
Okay.
in the barbershop. I don't have no problem doing that.
Okay.
That's crazy. Like a young lady I work with today asked me the same question. It's like, I mean, I love the barbershop. I
That's
own it. I
good.
own it. I owned it. I owned the business for 23 years. So that's hard just to throw that away to come answer to someone, answer to a higher up, how they want you to cut ahead. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Right.
that's like a tough, commitment to actually do or say. You know what I mean? That's pretty tough.
Okay. What was your first your first head you cut on set, on a TV or movie set?
Wow. My first gig, it had to be the Roots, at the
Okay,
Tonight Show.
okay, got
Yeah, that was my first time. That was my first introduction, to the entertainment industry.
you. Okay,
As my very first, my very first clients. So it'd be the
wow,
Roots.
got you. All right, so I'm coming to Philadelphia because I got to do my homework. You know what I mean? And for those who don't know, I still feel Philly is the best city, block for block, for barbers. To me, they got the most talent
Well,
in
well,
any
well,
city.
well. What I'll tell you that we have the best, let me say, style cutting hair. You know,
Mm-hmm.
pound for pound, any city or state.
Right,
People, all ethnic groups. They got their sauce, they got their juice from
right,
learning the Philly style of barbering, then putting into their style. You know what I mean? That
right.
they learn. You know what I mean? Because we kind of paid attention to detail. With
Mm-hmm.
barbering. From the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. There was some really good guys that cut hair that were artists, like Chuck Styles, and you had like brother named like
Yeah,
Jay Fresh here in Philadelphia. They can art, they can draw. Kenny Duncan can draw in
right,
people's heads, and
right,
we had that here in Philadelphia first, because wasn't nobody. It wasn't put on a platform. It wasn't put on a silver screen
right.
before Philadelphia. Then you had other artists in other communities, other states and cities that were really, really good. And they just, applied the same, know-how that Philly barbers were doing.
Yep, yep. So since I'm gonna be doing my homework, besides your shop, what are four other barbershops in Philly I should check out just to check out their cutting style and what are four other shops you think
Like I
I
said,
should check out?
you got Kenny Duncan, and you got Kenny Duncan and them, main
So
attraction.
main attraction,
You
okay.
have you have Jamal, what's the name? Jamal. I can't think of Jamal shop. Little Mall, XXL, damn, I can't even forget it. But when you come, I can point you in that direction.
Okay,
Mall,
Jamal.
Mall's more influential. He works with a lot of the young men that in the city for barber. He's really good. Mall can cut. Um,
Okay.
who else? You got Chink. Chink is dope. Chink is always dope.
Oh yeah.
Mike Sharp is really good.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if you want to go on the Spanish side of things, you have like Ears and Crispy Jenny, they're doing their thing, on the
Yeah,
Spanish side.
yeah.
They're doing their thing. I think they work at Danny Garcia Barbershop, if I'm not mistaken. But
Okay.
they doing their thing, heavy.
It's
They real heavy. You know what I mean? The Spanish community, yeah,
yeah,
Spanish community dope, and they all shit. They can cut some head, man. They can cut some
yeah.
head. Woo, they can cut some head.
Man, it's crazy how the Spanish community and the black community in Philly, the level of barbering is at such a high level. You know what I mean? It's like both of
Yes,
them,
it is.
it's like so high. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I'm not trying to offend
Mhm.
nobody, but in Atlanta, you have black and then you have white, and the level of barbering is not the same. You know what I'm
So let
saying?
me ask you a question. Somebody touched on Atlanta today with me. You know, it's very expensive to get a haircut down there. They charging so much money, but
Well, that's
the
that's in
talent,
certain areas. Certain areas is expensive.
certain okay, the talent isn't top notch.
Okay.
Somebody
Yeah.
was saying it's like they were telling me that. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because I know for a fact it's a group of guys that left Philadelphia, in sprinkles that moved
Uh-huh.
to Atlanta that was cutting hair really, really good up here in Philly. They moved to Atlanta, because the ethnics for the money for African Americans is, the dollar is bigger down
Right.
there, and they doing really well. They doing really well down in the Atlanta area.
Oh
What I
yeah.
mean, cutting here.
Okay. Well,
So what I mean, shout out to them, man.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like my man Jigga, he want to move
Yeah,
there.
Jigga moved from he was like a pioneer, not like he was a pioneer up here in Philadelphia. He used to work with Jay Fresh. Jay Fresh used to put bowling pins in the city of Philadelphia in people's heads in the 90s, 80s
Damn.
and 90s. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Cutting with a razor and all of that. So
damn.
Jigga is definitely influential in Philadelphia. He left Philly. He had a dream. He wanted to cut in television and film, and he packed his ship up. And he moved to Georgia and tore it up.
Yeah, he did it. He did it. Shout out to
And,
Jigga.
that's my man. What's the other brother? I can't think of his name,
My
but
man,
he's down that area too.
damn. We gonna
Short
kill him.
little short brother. Little short brother. I can't think of his name for nothing. Yeah. Tongue twisted.
Yeah, I know you. I
But
know
he
you
doing,
talk.
but but he doing a really 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 good job down there.
Uh-huh.
Khalid the barber. Khalid.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's
They
another one.
Khalid, another one left Philadelphia and doing really good down there. You know what I mean? Like they packed their ships up and they went south. My friend Rashawn Fuller.
Hmm.
He's down there. He's been living down about 25, going on 30 years. Cutting
Wow.
hair. But he wasn't like a big barber. He wasn't like a big barber in Philadelphia, but he started and he moved down there and opened a barbershop. He was working with this other brother man named Rick. Rick had a nice Rick he's from Connecticut,
Uh,
and he moved down there, and he opened a nice barbershop. It was a mixture of cosmetologist and barber. This was in the 90s, early 2000s,
uh-huh.
and they did really good with that stuff down there too.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and shout out to my man Quadir. Doing it too.
Quite here, I can't picture quite area, but he's from Philadelphia.
Yeah. 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 He's
I
from
can't
Philly.
picture him. But it's another brother that I know. Can't damn. Rob works with the swag shop. Rob's from Philadelphia too. He works with big Killer Mike.
Big Mike.
He works
Okay.
with
Killer
him.
Mike. Okay. That's what's up.
So it's a brother from Philadelphia, Rob, that works for with Killer Mike, another cat from Philly, tearing it up down there.
Okay. So how much was haircuts when you first started, and how much for a haircut now?
When I first started cutting hair, we was like, adults were $15 and
Okay.
children were 10. Shape
Oh
up
man.
was 7. Then you had a little special $5 on Wednesdays. But now,
Oh man.
haircuts is they 50 and above.
Oh, that's how much they are now.
Yeah, 50 and above.
Wow. Hey, I tell the young barbers
You know,
now, it's a great time to be a barber today, boy.
but again, I know dudes charging $100 a haircut, right?
Uh
But
huh.
Craig, they live in an apartment, dude.
Damn.
Something wrong. If you charging $100 a haircut and you getting that times 12 and you're tipping all of that, you better go own something.
Right. Right.
Better own something. Like I was
Yeah.
talking, I don't know if you know Max. I introduced you to Maximilian. He's an older gentleman here in Philadelphia. He's been cutting hair
Okay.
about 50 years,
Okay.
and he still cut hair. And he told me yesterday we were on the phone. I always check in with him. That's my guy. He
Uh
said his
huh.
first he cut in Center. He cut in Center City. He got a shop. He the only black brother with a barbershop in Center City. So
Wow.
he told me yesterday his first client that he had was $341.
What?
First client
Damn.
of the day, $341. Because he how he it's crazy how he prices out. For one, he's downtown Philadelphia.
Okay.
So starting a haircut with him is $60. Then you want to
Okay.
add color to your hair, another $80. Then you want a facial, another $60. Then you talking about, a shave, another $40. You know what I mean? Like you want these services, he charged for these services. I was like,
Okay.
wow, Mr. Max, that's like amazing. Then
Damn.
then he sell his own then he sell his own product. He sell his own product.
Okay.
So he just
Damn.
told me like my first client of the day was $341. I said, ouch.
Wow. They like that level of consistency though. You know that.
Yeah. Then Mr. Max is an older, distinguished gentleman, here in Philadelphia. So he ain't about no nonsense. He ain't playing no jigaboo music in his salon, his barber shop.
Right.
He's downtown on Chestnut Street
Okay.
between 20th and 21st. Let me see, 19th and 20th in Chestnut. He's downtown
Oh,
in Center City. So
okay.
it's classic. You know what I mean? He has a classic establishment.
Wow. Damn. I gotta definitely set that up when I go to.
So that's one. So that's one brother that I highly recommend. You go and see when you come to Philadelphia. That's another brother
Okay. Do you
I recommend you check out. Yeah, Max, little Max, Mall
okay.
Max level, little Mall. That's it. He in Philadelphia too. So what I mean. I'll point you all in the right direction. You know what I mean? Who
I
who
appreciate
to
it.
go and check out, man. When you come, I'll point you in the right direction, man. Who will be great conversation for you.
Okay. Well, name. Well, tell me three people who you would like to cut, like a
What,
like
as far as
a
like
barber, like a barber wish list. Like with me, I always joke
like
with my boys. I'm like, man, I wish I could cut Jay Z's hair, cut all that junk out his hair. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I did it enough, man. So it don't even excite me to want to cut, entertainers, rappers and all of that stuff like that. But
Okay.
if I did, hmm, I don't know, man. Times done changed. I don't even know who out there.
Right.
Who's out there? I mean, because I done did all the ones that I wanted to do. I did
Okay.
Ross. I always wanted to do Ross. I did Ross before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I did Tracy Morgan. So you know what I mean? Like I did those guys already. So it's like
Damn.
I accomplished what a lot of barbers would like to do. I
Right.
accomplished those things already.
Okay. That's a blessing, man. Okay. Well,
Hmm.
I think that's all for now, man. So where can we reach you? Like any barber needs some mentoring or just
Oh, I
for a hair.
mean, mentorship. I mean, you can always hit me on my IG. At Father Barber One. It's on your screen. You can always hit me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Call my shop. I'm there 215. My shop number 215-271-7098. I still got a landline, and I had my landline
Wow.
for 24 years because
Wow.
when you go on Google, you Google the barbershop. You're not Googling the cell phone. You're Googling my landline, my barbershop. I had that
Okay.
23 years, 24 years at that.
Damn, man. I had a line. I had a landline, but I had to switch over to the mobile, bro. But
Oh
that's
man, I still got my mobile line. You know what I mean? I still got
okay.
that, and I got the landline because I have younger barbers that still cut at the barbershop. So they kind of depend on the how should I put it? They depend on the traffic on the phone when people Google it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. I still have a landline, but I just switched it over to a mobile phone. So it's still the
Okay,
same number.
okay,
But it's just a mobile phone.
okay.
But all right, man. Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Is
I
this is this
appreciate.
this show live, right?
No, it's recorded,
Or
but
you just recording it?
yeah, but I'm gonna put
Okay,
it out soon. I'm gonna put it out soon.
all right. Just let me know. Just let
So
me know, bro.
appreciate you, man. Appreciate the knowledge, and I will be seeing you. You're not going to make any appearances at any hair shows this summer, are you?
mean, I might pop up down there in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I'm good for Atlanta at least once a year.
Okay. Well, yeah,
So if
just
I'm in
let
the
me
area,
know, man.
I'll call you.
Let me know.
I'll reach
Come
out to you.
through there. All right. All right,
All
brother.
right, bet. All
I
right, but
appreciate it.
about to
Father
hop in the
Barber
supermarket.
doing his thing.
Yes, sir.
Much
About to hop
love
into the
to you.
supermarket. But hop into the supermarket.
All
All right,
right,
bro.
bro.
Be good, homie.
Appreciate you.
All right, peace.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that was my man, Father Barber, Philadelphia's finest. Great interview with him, and we're going to be airing that real soon. Shout out to all our listeners, and we out. We out. Hello.